weird, but maybe some of the money that I get from the house, I will return your money or whatever. If it's 1,000.
So, I mean, have you called anybody? Do we know that this is for sure? 1,000 is for sure? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, wholesaling real estate live, completely virtually. We're on with a seller in Birmingham, Alabama.
Can drive the truck for me, but I gotta get a storage or something. I don't know what size. So I need a larger size storage because I want to leave some stuff and then I want to take some stuff, but I got to make up my mind. I don't made up my mind. I know what I'm gonna take and what I'm gonna give away.
Okay, Miss Shirley. So let's do this because I still have. I'm so sorry, but I still have to make sure that I can keep up with what I've got to do for today. So let's take the rest of today to think about what you want to take with you, okay? And then from there, let's start to get everybody in place. Make sure that you know exactly how much money you need, and then we can take it from there, okay?
1,000 probably do it because a band or something like that, and how much I need to pay them. They're gonna give me a price.
Okay, well, here's what I need you to do. I need you to find out who needs to get paid. So I need you to find out what moving company you're going to work with and all of that. And then I need you to find out what day you can have this done by, okay? Because we need to get this done hopefully before the 21st of January.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that.
And then once we get that settled, please give me a call back, whether that's later today or we can talk tomorrow because I have to still, keep up with a couple things. I have a call that I've got to make. There's another house in Birmingham that we've got to go and see.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Shirley.
Okay.
Bye-bye. You got to sometimes keep these people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people need direction in their life. A lot of people need the direction in their life. They don't know what they should be doing with their time, and that's why a lot of these people really have no business owning real estate because you got to be on top of these things. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on top of these things. So that's why we exist, ladies and gentlemen. We know what we need to do, what we need to get done. We get it done. So next thing is I got to call this guy. We're going to have a conversation in Spanish with this gentleman. Yo creo que el nombre de él es Rodrigo. Pero vamos a hablar con él. Vamos a llamar Rodrigo. I think it's still morning time. Yeah. It's calling Rodrigo.
Just to confirm, you'd like to...
Por favor, deje su...
Send a message. Soy John Johnson. Podemos verte a la casa hoy a las 12. Vamos a ver.
Por favor, deje su mensaje para 2052.
Buenos días, señor. Soy John Johnson. Hablábamos ayer sobre la casa en Birmingham, Alabama. Y yo tengo mi socio. Él tiene disponibilidad hoy a las 12 y queremos verte allá. Entonces, ¿puedes me llamar, por favor? Y confirmamos porque él va para allá a las 12. Gracias. Mi número es 301-94 1 7470. Gracias. Damn. I gotta send this maybe to one more guy. I got another deal that I'm trying to dispo. This is what we're up to today, ladies and gentlemen. We just rocking and rolling here. Let me check out my deals. Beaumont, this one. I want to try to get on the phone with that one dude, Jimmy, again. I don't remember what the dude's name was. So now there are a bunch of people apparently. I don't know who the fuck. No, I called this guy. I guess this is KW Rentals. Let me just check.
Please reach out to me via text or...
Good morning, Ken. Did your team get a chance to see those photos? I got some updated ones from yesterday and wanted to see if this one might interest you. I don't think I spoke to this lady, Marissa, but let's call. I sent a text, but I guess she didn't answer.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
This guy was a little bit of a dickhead saying, please use the email. Do not text me. Okay, then miss out on your opportunity. Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Got another guy telling me that his friend just died in a drunk driving incident last night. It's crazy. Let me call this guy Phil back. This is going to be an interesting call. This is a seller for a property that got under contract. We'll see if he picks up.
Your call has been
No, it didn't pick up, so that's cool. Let's put this Jerry guy into dead leads. Let's check the called no contact. I want to see this guy, this Mr. Wood guy. Got to call him.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Trying to see here. Okay. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it actually looks like to be doing real estate. We got a deal closing this week in Georgia. So excited for that one. Now, that's right. I put a property under contract. 3 properties were put under contract yesterday in Seymour, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got anybody in Seymour, Texas, let me know in the chat. I'm going to be tapping into the YouTube to see if there's anybody, in the comments. Let me double check. Yep. And so, yeah, if you got anybody in that area, definitely let me know. Love to JV, love to give opportunity back to the community that literally created what you see today. And, yeah, so I'm going to double check. There's a pretty active agent who's pretty much running the show down here in Seymour. And I'm going to just give him a call, say, hey, do you know anybody that might be interested? Low to high. Let me actually check the newest listings in this area. I'm going to try to show you guys what we're dealing with here. That is not updated. Let's get this screen. I guess it's not showing the screen for whatever reason. Okay. All right. So here we have a couple houses in Seymour. That's kind of the area here. And I'm going to call, I guess it's this guy Chris who's kind of active. Let's see, who else is active if most of these listings are his. This lady Mary, Brandy, I think it was Chris was the one. Renee. Who's sold some stuff? That's what I want to know. Who's recently sold some stuff? Newest sales. Jeff. I mean, there are a couple agents in this area. And I mean, I might just reach out. Let's start with this guy Chris, because I don't know if this is the same Chris from the one I just saw here a second ago, but let's give it a shot. And then I'll just actually slide this here.
This is Chris with Lone Star Realty. I'm unable to come to the phone right now, but if you'll leave your name and number, I'll return your call as soon as possible.
I'm going to just call him again. If they don't pick up the first time, honestly, I just call him again. I don't have any sort of problem doing this.
This is Chris with Lone Star Realty. I'm unable to come to the phone right now, but if you'll leave your name and number, I'll return your call as soon as possible.
Let's give him a mess. Hey, Chris, this is John Johnson. I've got a couple properties in Seymour, Texas that I'm looking to sell, and I saw that you're pretty active in this area. So I wanted to see if maybe you'd have, some interested buyers, or if maybe you'd want to list them. Can you give me a call back? 301-941-7470 is my best contact number, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to look at newest, and then I want to see what's for sale real quick. And I want to see, what's going on here. I guess this, I don't know if I want to talk. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. So this Chris guy, it looks like he's got a couple properties for sale. He's probably going to be our best bet for this area. But I'm going to call around and I'm going to see, hey, is there anybody else that maybe could help us? Let's call Brandy Smith, see if Brandy picks up the phone.
We're sorry, your call
That's strange. Let me try in Google Brandy Smith. Remax. Copy. Remax. Say more. I guess this is her. I don't know. No phone number. Oh, mobile. Take this here.
Hello, you've reached Brittany with Remax Big Country. I can't get to the phone right now.
I call twice, because people, sometimes it doesn't go through. You just never know. So it's like, just call twice. Brandy, this is John. How are you?
Hello?
Hey, this is John. Can you hear me?
You hear me?
What the hell? Double check here. I'm going to try and call her back. It sounds like she was driving. Give her a call back here.
Hello, you.
Not answering. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes you just have these gut feelings, right? Where it's just intuition is leading you to believe something. And I just got a feeling that this guy, Chris, is probably the man for the job, considering he sold so many properties in this area. And he, has got active listings right now. So one thing I do want to share with y'all is a tool that I actually use. It is called Privy. And this tool is super fantastic for finding details about MLS properties where it's actually like a non-disclosure state, right? So I got a couple properties in Seymour that I'm looking to sell. And so I want to throw these into Privy here. And I want to just take a look real quick at the comparables. And sometimes, you get some information about, what's going on. I'm going to check a mile and see if we can get anything. It looks like just one was on market for 74 days. See if we got all activity. Kind of get an idea. Okay, so 1935, 55K. This was 1,100 square feet. No, this one's 1,500 square feet, 55,000. This is one that I'd potentially want to see, the details, if possible. Okay, it doesn't really look like a shack. One of the things that I also like to do is I'll Google stuff, and to find photos from like past listings, I go to realtor.com because they typically leave like old photos up. Doesn't look like this one has any photos, but let's double check on PropStream. Also, great tool. If you haven't already, use the link in the description of this live to sign up for PropStream. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to actually take a look at this address and see if it's a landlord that owns, multiple addresses. Oh, no. Right. So that's this one. And then let's see about this one. Because I'm going to have to try to get back with lady today. Okay. Ecolo LLC, right? So linked properties, I got 11. And most of them are in Seymour, right? So this could be a potential buyer. Apparently this is a company. So then I'll Google this LLC. And Seymour, Texas. I don't know. Or we could take this and search it. Sometimes it'll come up with like who is here. Here is Ecolo LLC at this location. I don't know if this is like a shell address, you know, where people, this is like a virtual address or whatever. It would be so nice if there was a place to get information about LLCs. You know, I guess I could go to Open Corporates, but I'm probably not going to find much information that I don't already know. Based off of PropStream, they might give me, you know, the same mailing address. But sometimes you'll find like a registered agent. Let's see. Go to opencorporates.com. Checking the Discord right now, seeing what's going on. I saw somebody doesn't look like I'm going to be getting on that one. Open Corporates. See if this page works. Probably not. Stuck on loading. Yeah, so this isn't going to work, I don't think. But let's see what might. Is there any other additional information? Property details. I'm not seeing any info. If we go to the linked property, sometimes you can find, you know, like another name. Not seeing anything here. Not really seeing much info. Somebody's calling. This might be a PPC lead.
Google lead.
Thanks for calling Cash or Creative. This is John. How can I help you?
Yeah, John, do you buy homes in New Mexico?
We sure do. Where is it in New Mexico?
I'm in Farmington.
Okay.
Man, let me catch this call. I'll have it up. It's on Zillow. It's 816 North Vine Avenue. 816 North Vine Avenue, Farmington, New Mexico. I'll call you right back. But that's information on it. Thank you.
What's your name? Well, I don't know who this guy is. He says he's going to call me right back. 816 North Vine Avenue. I have no idea. 816 North Vine. I guess Brine Avenue, New Mexico. Oh, Vine, Farmington, New Mexico. Okay, what's the deal? Okay, listed FSBO, 56 days. Looks like wifey's coming home. Got her nails done today. I guess he's calling back here.
Google lead.
This is John.
Yeah, John, I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
That call.
What was your name? I didn't catch your name.
Kurt?
Kurt?
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, Kurt.
Where are you guys located at?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Silver Spring, Maryland, but we do buy both houses and land out in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
catch
I just don't want to waste your time. It's on the chopping block right now. I'm trying to liquidate it right now. It is on Zillow. There's a bunch of pictures on it.
Mhm.
I just told this fast home buyer, first person, 55K.
You're looking for
Commercial, and it 55K. It's commercial and residential. I need to get my hand fixed down in Tucson. I need some money for surgery, but 55K. I paid 45 for it. Okay, and it didn't even look like what it's looking like, 2-3 years ago. But for 55 cash, if you guys are interested, it's all right there on Zillow. You could see all that stuff, all the pictures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll definitely take a look at it. I hear you're
Sure.
looking for just 55 for it.
Yeah,
When
55.
were these photos
I'm
taken?
gonna liquidate it.
I see
Go ahead.
when were these photos taken? I see some photos that are on this listing. How recent are
Those
these?
are all new. Those are all new photos.
Uh-huh.
17 loads of stuff went out of this property. A guy, there's few people, like I said, they've been, fast home buyers before, but I can't sit around. I just want to sell it, and first person has that, or I'll just sit around and either rent it out or do, whatever with it. But all those pictures you see, that's what you see that's in there.
Okay, I mean, besides the photos, and I understand time's of the essence, so you want to move, sooner rather than later, and I'm happy to work with you. But is there anything else about the property that I should know that maybe I can't see from the photos?
That's commercial and residential. It's in a good area. You have a pole that's on that one side that goes down to where you can hook up. I guess it's an RV hookup and all that, where that carport is down there. I don't know if you're looking at it on the satellite, but other than that, somebody could sit here and do where they want with it.
Okay.
I'm an old man. I'm almost 70 years old.
Oh man, I would have never known.
I'm not a young man.
I would have never guessed. Though, I mean, I know it's been sitting, I guess, for a little while. Have you gotten any sort of feedback from anyone?
I've got offers on it, but everybody's trying to lowball it.
Uh-huh.
But if you guys are interested, my phone, it rings, but, nobody's coming up with that money. If somebody was to come in here and pull this out or do whatever, or either, do the facial on it and pump it up, however you want to do it, this is expensive property.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at it, you see where, it's got money, it's got value on it. It's just, I've been stubborn on selling it. But this guy and a couple other people, if they're going to want to buy it for that for 55, whoever wants to buy it for 55, I'm not going to haggle around with,
Okay, well, I'm happy to take a look at it and get back with you.
Sure. Get that phone call. Get that call over there. Okay.
And you said this is the best number to reach you back on?
Yep.
Okay, well,
All right.
and then the only other
Thank you,
question,
John.
I know that you're trying to move on this sooner rather than later,
Go
but
ahead.
do you already have a survey? Because I know this is going to be probably something they'd want a survey for.
A what?
A survey of the lot.
Everything's all done on the lot. Everything's been done on it.
Uh-huh. And then, I mean, how quickly do you think you'd be looking to sell if we could make 55 happen?
Well, whatever, if you guys can get that 55,
Mm-hmm.
then, get the money together. The property's been surveyed. It's, it's good area. But I don't want to cut you short, man. I got a call coming in, a couple calls from Holyoke, Massachusetts right now. But I thank you for your time. You have a
Sure.
good day.
You too. Take care. Yeah, I don't know, man. I look at these, but I don't know how serious, I take them. They try to create urgency in this kind of thing, but it's been sitting on the market for the last 2 months for $65K and nobody wants it. So, what can you do? His estimate, surprisingly, his estimate is $91,000 on this property. I don't want to fucking deal with any sub 100K properties anymore, Lord. Put something in front of me that's going to be reasonable here. Let me call this other guy one more time. Buenos días, Rodrigo. Soy John Johnson. Hablábamos ayer sobre la casa.
Yo estoy esperando que llegue tu gente.
Sí, sí. Yo quería hablar contigo porque mi socio está en camino a ti y él me dijo que él necesita como 10 minutos más. Creo que él va a llegar a entre las 12:15 hasta a las 12:20.
Ay, está muy tarde. Yo tengo cosas que hacer, primo. Yo trabajo. Yo te dije que a las 12 punto, porque esa hora estoy sacrificando mi lonche a esa hora.
Ento- entonces, ¿no puedes esperar?
Pero ¿qué tanto ya la mamá me da media hora de lonche?
Sí, pero
Estoy en punto de las 12.
yo
Punto de las 12.
yo intenté llamarte, pero no podría conectar.
Yo estoy aquí ya esperando, la verdad. No llega a la hora que faltaba. Es que yo tengo cosas que hacer, primo. Yo trabajo. No, nada más me dedico a estar esperando a la gente. Mucha gente me ha hablado, por eso te decía ayer. Mucha gente me ha hablado, le digo, que vengan a verlo. Está la hora, está el tiempo. Porque yo estoy ocupado todo el tiempo. ¿Entiendes? Yo no puedo andar esperando a la gente toda la vida. Si no llega la hora, lo siento, yo me voy. No, ¿entiendes? Yo
Entonces,
voy a estar un ratito a la hora pasada.
¿qué,
Yo voy a
qué,
estar un ratito a la hora pasada. ¿Entiendes? Por eso yo,
qué?
cuando uno hace un trato, uno tiene que ser responsable. Si no, mejor no. Ayer te había dicho, a las 12 no, a las 10 de la noche, yo salgo a las 9, 10 de la noche, salgo yo de mi trabajo. A esa hora, ¿quién va a estar viendo casas a medianoche? Donde no hay luz, no hay nada. ¿Entiendes? No es así el negocio. Yo aquí voy a estar esperando.
Bro was talking so quick I couldn't understand. So quick, bro.
Grabe su mensaje de...
Da, 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 da. Okay, well, what can you do? You do the best you can. That's all you can do, ladies and gentlemen. So I tried to call this guy. He didn't pick up. I texted the guy. This crazy shit going on, and this is just this business, man. But you know, at some point, I really think that I'm gonna just be so numb to this and like what happens in this business, because it's just the most crazy stuff that happens in this business. But I'm gonna try to get a hold of this lady Sharon, or not Sharon, but the local agent or whatever, because yeah, I think that's probably gonna be the best bet. My boy George, he's boots on the ground out there. He's going to take a look and check it out. So we'll see. Is there anybody else? That's the real question here. Is there anybody else? Try to call some more people for the Phil's property, Beaumont. Not gonna be that number.
Two, 1, 0, 8, 8.
I'm gonna try the number again. I'm just going through these lists, you know, calling buyers and that kind of thing, trying to find somebody. That's what you gotta do sometimes. Edward.
Two, 1, 0, 8.
Calling Ricardo. Ricardo. My Spanish, bro, it needs to get a little bit better because I did not understand. Maybe I gotta go to Mexico and hear a little bit more the Mexican Spanish because South American Spanish is a little different. Hitting a little different.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Call this guy twice. Ricardo. Ricardo.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8.
Who's next? Amy? Fucking, I mean, what's the worst they can say? No? Get her.
Hello.
You have reached Amy Guidry.
I'll try her number again. I will try her number twice. I don't have not a problem doing it. Teen deal.
Hello, you have reached Amy Guidry.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I could do? Let me search Google real quick. Let me take the address for Sarah Street. Let's go here. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. Let's go here. Slap it in here. Just got the assignment again from Jason, so I got to sign that. We're going to close on that deal this week. Little 12 ball coming in. And then let me check the area real quick for newest listing. And let me try to get a little bit closer. This one got listed for $54,000. This is cleaned out, but still needs a full remodel. This one would probably be somebody that I could call and see, like, hey, has anybody made you an offer on this? Let's see, Alicia. Okay, just got a text from Jason. He sent the form the attorney needs. Cool beans, cool beans. Let's try to do this. Alicia.
Hello, this is Alicia. How can I help?
Hi, Alicia. This is John. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, John?
I'm doing pretty good. I was actually seeing this listing that you've got on East Church Street here in Beaumont, and I wanted to reach out to see if maybe you had any bites on this one yet.
I have, but the status is actually withdrawn because he's wanting to fix it up a little bit first. So we're going to put it back on the market in about 30 days.
30 days, okay. Well, I think there might be an opportunity for you still, because I've got one it's in a little bit better shape than this one. It looks like this one's pretty rough, but it still needs work. So maybe if you have the contacts for those buyers that might have been interested, I've got one on Sarah Street, which isn't far from this one, and I'm not sure, were any of the buyers around that price point that he was asking for it, or were they much lower?
Yeah, they're around that price point.
Okay, well, do you think maybe you'd want to get in touch with them and see if they might want to take this one on Sarah Street?
Yeah, I'll reach out to them.
Okay. And what was the agreement for this one on Church Street? What would be the commission that you'd feel comfortable with?
3-3.
So it's total of 6%?
Mhm.
Okay. Let me make sure. 25,000 times 0.06. Okay, that's fine.
What's the address for the one on Sarah Street?
The one on Sarah Street, this one is 1765 Sarah Street.
Is that Sarah with an H or no H?
Yes, that's Sarah with an H.
Taking a second to load.
Take your time.
1765?
Yes, 1765 Sarah Street.
So is it on the MLS yet?
No, it hasn't hit the MLS yet. I have an agreement right now, but I'm looking to maybe assign it off market. So I figured, I'd reach out to you and see, because I just saw that one on East Church, and so if you have a buyer or
I have one in particular in mind. Let me see if I can look at this property and see. What were you thinking of selling it for?
Well, the only other property that I saw that was on the MLS was going for 29. If you have the buyer and we're looking at the 6%, what do you think? I mean, the buyer would pay for it. I'm actually going to get the photos together now. I'm going to upload them to the drive so that you can see them.
It just depends on how much work the property has.
Uh-huh.
They actually have a contractor that they do rent-to-own homes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a contractor that comes out and helps look at it over and see how much, gives them an estimate of how much work it needs to have done. And then they base it off of that.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you pretty comfortable looking at photos and kind of, gauging what you think it might need? I know it needs, a significant amount of work. It's not, pretty or anything, but I think it's in better shape than that one that you had listed. Because, that looked like it was just plywood on the front there.
Yeah. I think it definitely is. But they did end up passing on that one. So, but maybe this one is more of what they're looking for.
Well, let me do this. Let me get this link to you real quick. Can I send this number a text message?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then let me send you my name as well. And your name is Alicia, right?
Yes. And what was your name again?
My name is John.
John. Thank you, John.
And let me send you the link to the Google Drive here, because I got the photos together and I had some photos from the seller, and then I actually had my guy go and walk it and take some pictures. And unfortunately, he had a friend that was involved in a tragic accident last night, so he's kind of taking a step back and not really, he can't really.
Yeah.
Right, and I completely understand that, and I don't want to push him or anything, but at the same time, I've also got to make sure that I uphold my agreement with the seller. So I wanted to reach out to you because I saw you had that listing that was in pretty rough shape. So I figured you might have some people that have reached out already that might have been able to give you some feedback and that kind of thing.
Do you have more pictures of the outside?
Let me double check here. I think he had a couple in there, but
I see a few.
yeah, I think that's about all the photos that we've got. And then I think, let me double check, because I can you see where it says Beaumont photos, or are you in the updated photos folder there?
Updated.
Okay, let me give you the other one as well. But I think it's mostly because they were the ones. The other ones were taken by the seller, so I don't really know how recent they were. But let me send it to you anyway.
Okay.
The one I just sent you already, those were taken by my guy just yesterday, so I know that those are most updated. Let me copy this link, and then these will include the ones from the seller, and then those newer ones. Let me send this to you. But if you were getting offers around 27, I know that it needs work, and I want to make sure that they feel good about getting a good deal. So maybe if we can push for 27, that's great. But if we could do, you know, at least 25, I mean, that'd be ideal. Because then there'd be enough for you to make a commission and for me to, you know, take care of the marketing costs and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I appreciate you, John. And I'll get back with you, okay?
Okay. When should we reconnect?
Maybe tomorrow. It depends on how fast Lily gets back with me.
Okay, sounds good. And then, you know, reach out to me if they want to go and actually see it. Because we can get on a lockbox for you so you can go and take a look.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, Alicia.
You have a great one, John.
You too. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hopefully, you know, that works. You know, hopefully we can do some business. I know it's a rough house. It really is not, you know, a beautiful house or anything by any stretch of the imagination, but it's something. We got another PPC lead coming in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going live with the PPC leads, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get on the phone. Oi, vida. Você tá bem? Também. Tô fazendo o live aqui. É. Bem-vindo. Que cor você tem? Ai. Eu tô vivo aqui. Oh, uau. Que bonito. Uau, que cor bonito. Gente. Ah. E os pés também.
O que você achou, amor?
Uau, recuperou. É. Recuperou. A gente tava muito tempo fora, né? Na areia, né? Você lembra?
Ah, é.
É. Você tinha seu dia de spa. Pode se
Dia de
cuidar. Unhas.
Ficou bem delicado, né?
É, bem delicado. Que
Gostei.
bom. Você gostou?
E as unhas da mão eu gostei também, a cor.
Uhum, é bom. Muito bom.
Um verde.
Verde.
Um verde escuro.
Que bom, vida. Oh. Tá com fome?
Eu tô, e você?
Também.
Vou fazer um almocinho pra gente.
Oh, que bênção. Obrigado, Vina. All right, we're going to take a look. We're going to keep working on these. I just got that other lead come through, so I'm going to call them. Oh, what's this? Looks like 2 leads. No, just this one. Christina. Let's call Christina.
Please leave your message for 512.
Hey, Christina, it's John with Cash Creative. Just got your request to sell. Is now a good time? And then I'm gonna wait a little bit. You know, you don't want to call right off the rip, what have you. And then I will call again.
Obrigada, amor, por ter dado
Please leave your
louça.
message for 5.
Para as unhas?
Para as unhas, por ter lavado louça.
Ah, claro.
Please leave your message.
Obrigado para cozinhar comida gostosa. Ooh, they didn't hit me back. Let's take a look at this address and see, you know, what's the deal. It's not on market. It's currently off market. I want to check on PropStream. Guys, if you haven't already, go tap the link in the description and sign up for PropStream. Absolute goated resource. I literally use this every day in my business. So I will always, you know, tell you guys about, I mean, I'll show you the resources that I'm using. And I strongly suggest PropStream. Yeah. So I guess this is a family friend, or it could be the wife. Oh, onde está meus? Eu quero meus. Obrigado, viu?
Você quer uma água, vida gelada?
Eu quero, pode me trazer?
Posso.
We rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. Help us get in front of more people on the YouTube algorithm. We're really putting people on. Obrigado, vida. And it's all free. You know, this is literally, this right here is the sauce, you know, that people will charge literally tens of thousands of dollars for, and we're giving away all for free. Why? Because we actually do this business, and we don't need tens of thousands of dollars from you. We can just do the business and show you how it's done. And hopefully you do deals with us. Ice cold water. Refreshing. Refreshing. Let's get it. Let's get it going here. Checking on everything. Got a couple people getting signed up with List Blast today. That's good. I'm going to ping the Discord. See who wants me to do another live wholesaling stream. We'll do a fire emoji reaction. We'll see how many fire emojis we get here. See if people really want to see it or what the deal is. We got some fire emojis coming in. We going live. We going live. Get a couple of these fire emojis. And they didn't answer, surprisingly. Let's hop on a... I think if I hop on the VPN, I might just throttle the stream here. All right, we're going to go live. We're going to go live in the Discord on the Clubhouse channel. I don't know if we should do the Clubhouse channel or the live stream. We'll do the live stream channel. We'll do the live stream channel. All right. We're live. We're going to get this going here. I don't know what's going on with the... For whatever reason, I can't stream my screen. I don't know why. But I'll tag the chat and let them know that we're live. Copy, and then we'll start a stage. Wholesale virtually. Wholesaling live with John Johnson. What up, ladies and gentlemen? All right. We got some people tapping in. Already got 20 people on the Discord off the rip. I just threw another ping in the chat. Let people know, hey, we're going live with this. And for anybody that's trying to get into wholesaling, you know, I'm showing you. Yesterday, we locked up 3 properties on the live stream, literally. On the live stream, you guys got to see how I handled real seller objections. That seller really wasn't giving me much objection, but I got a chance to comp properties live and do a lot of stuff. So in today's stream, we're going to, of course, be answering the calls that come in. Let's see. I just got a yes from someone. Oh, it looks like we got another seller coming through on the Google campaign. For whatever reason, I cannot share my screen. Don't know why on Discord. Though you should be able to hear the audio through the mic. Let me know in the side chat if everything goes well. I'm about to hop on another call with another seller here. And we're making these calls live to show you really how this business works, right? We want people in here to understand that, this is real, number one, because there's so many different opportunities and that kind of thing online, get rich quick. This is not get rich quick. I might be before you today with the skills that I have, but this certainly did not happen overnight. I've been going at this for the last like 3 years straight up and documenting it all. We're not gurus. We don't charge you for any information. We've got literally thousands of hours on the YouTube channel. I'm going to link to the YouTube right now in the side chat. Make sure that you go subscribe, youtube.com/@REI Revolution. Make sure that you're subscribed on the YouTube to catch the replays. We've got literally hundreds, thousands of hours of content there for you, all free, where you can just literally tap in and listen, to podcasts with professionals doing multiple 6 and 7 figures. 8-figure entrepreneurs have come and shared with us so generously on our platform, all for free. We give it away all for free. So take advantage of this opportunity. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hop into this call. I'm going to try and give this lady, Christina, a call. Let me know if you can hear it. Hey, Christina, this is John. How are you?
Hey, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just got that request to sell, so I wanted to give you a quick call and have a conversation with you.
Yeah. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I am right now. My husband and I, yes, we were looking at selling. We live in Del Valle, first and foremost.
Okay.
We're like a minute and a half away from the Formula One. I'm not sure if you know where that is.
Okay.
The new Samsung, not the Samsung, but the new Tesla that they built. We're like about 4 minutes away from there. So the reason why we're just kind of looking at a couple of things is because it's getting real busy over here. A lot of people want the area because it is by Formula One. So they're renting out and so on and so forth. But it's hard to get into your home sometimes because people are, trying to get to Formula One. So we're looking at seeing what it would look like to, if there even is a process to, we're talking about maybe swapping homes or something like that, or selling this one to get another one. So I just wanted to kind of see the options that we actually have available. So then therefore we'll know how we need to move.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy to explore, what your options look like with you and work with you the best I can. Now, this property, you're currently living here. How long have you been here?
We've been here for like 21 years, I want to say.
Wow, okay. So you've probably seen the development, happening and seen a lot of the stuff come through and seen the city change and grow.
Absolutely.
Wow. And I mean, had you thought about moving somewhere else? I mean, if you were to sell this, or kind of walk me through your plan. If you were to sell, where do you think you might go?
Well, we're looking honestly for that. What I'm really looking into is I want to find a nice little quiet property where we can actually move in, to maybe in the country. Nice and quiet. I can maybe bring some of my animals there. We have property already in Taylor area, but it's just land. It's just raw land. So we're wanting to have something where we can just kind of get in there. It has a nice little home on it, and we move in and bring some of our animals and just relax, live life on a quiet pace. Now I'm ready to retire. So that's what we're looking for now. But like I said again, it's just kind of the option. Do I sell this house first and utilize that money to go in and get another house? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what makes sense.
I understand. Well, I mean, you've got a couple options. Do you own this house free and clear? Do you have a mortgage or anything you've got to take care of?
We owe 80,000 more on it, so we'll have to pay that off.
Okay. Well, had you thought about maybe, keeping it, renting it out, and considering, buying something else and keeping this, or are you more looking for less of a commitment in terms of being a landlord and that kind of thing? You just kind of want to sell it as is, or,
That one older, had some sickness, so to be doing stuff like that would be a little stressful, I think, on me.
I understand. So you're looking to kind of sell this, or you're at least trying to see kind of what maybe you might be able to get for it if you were to sell as is. You don't want to make any repairs.
Right.
You just want to sell it, as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I guess the next hurdle would be, I know you want to, find some place that might be a little bit, more quiet. And do you already have animals, or would you want to get animals there? Okay. So
I have animals on my other property.
The one in Taylor?
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
I would want to bring it all together, so that's something that I will look forward to, taking my animals, and just kind of everybody would be on the same land at the same time and not all spread it out.
Okay. And do you think that you might want to buy maybe like a house, or you want to...
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you're definitely looking for a house. Would you consider building something on that property that you have in Taylor, or would you want to buy something somewhere else to move into?
Buy something somewhere else.
Gotcha, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did you have any sort of area in mind? I mean, would you want to be somewhere closer to Taylor, or...
No, someone kind of outside. Honestly, I'll be honest. My husband and I, we love like prepper stuff. So I would like something just kind of where it's quiet. Maybe have some little acreage, some fencing, where we can just kind of, I can do my gardening, stuff like that. A little nice and quiet.
Okay. And I mean, I'm assuming you probably want to get out of where you are now. You don't want to be anywhere near Austin, right?
No, and Austin's expensive too, because I know you have to get out of this area in order to get something a little bit cheaper. So that's me away. It can be 2 hours, 3 hours away. I'm totally fine with something like that.
Okay. Well, there's definitely a lot to explore. There are a lot of different places. Did you have any city in particular or area, that kind of caught your eye?
Honestly, I've been looking at, I've been doing a lot of looking at Zillow.
Mm-hmm.
Zillow, I just kind of put Zillow, Texas, and it kind of shows me a lot of stuff around. I'm just not too familiar with it all, and I didn't want to do the wrong thing, so that's why I said, well, let me just kind of get options.
Mm-hmm.
So really nothing, like I said, as long as it's 2 or 3 hours in the vicinity somewhere. I didn't want to leave mom too far out.
I got you. Okay. But no specific cities or anything has kind of come to mind.
Mm-mm. No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay, so we're kind of still really, early along in the process. You.
It's not even really early, to be honest. It's just when I find something, I could be gone tomorrow if it works out. It's kind of one of those things. This is what I want, and it's like, okay, I just got to figure out, because this is new to me.
Sure.
I have to figure out what it looks like, and then when I find it, and if it comes out, like I said, tomorrow, then I have no problem with deuces.
Okay. In terms of selling the house that you are currently in, I mean, if you were to sell it, let's say as is, so you didn't have to worry about, making any repairs or paying, any closing costs or anything like that, did you kind of have an idea for what you think you might be looking for?
That's where, because like I said again, I'm new. I think people are selling around here. I know people are requesting to buy, but I just don't have a number. I want something fair, and again, to help me move on to the next step.
Right.
So nothing in particular. I can't say a number because I don't know what that would look like.
Does
you can
the
ask me, I can say $1 million, but it's not going to work.
right. Does the house need a lot in terms of repairs, or is it in pretty good shape overall?
No, I mean, overall it's in pretty good shape. Yeah. I mean, we have been here for a while, so a person may want to come in and maybe do some more linoleum on the floors or something like that. But like my husband, he did the bathroom floors. That was, really nice. They may want to have newer, bathroom sinks. Just all depends on what a person wants, but it's not bad. Nothing's bad.
Okay. But maybe it could be updated.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. It depends on what a person may want in it. They may want something, simple.
Right.
Some people may be like, it's whatever.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could probably see what we could do in terms of an offer. I mean, I'd be happy to work with you, and we could work on your timeline to get you an offer that'd be as is, so you don't have to worry about making those repairs. And then, of course, we could give you enough time, to find that dream home or wherever it is, you'd be thinking about going next if it's something that, you're looking to get started with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. You can. How does y'all's process work? If you can just share that with me, and then I can know a little bit more.
Yeah. So typically, we make you an offer. It's going to really depend on kind of the condition of the property. So we'll buy houses, that are move-in ready, all the way to houses that need to be completely remodeled. That's no problem for us. As long as we can purchase it at a price that makes sense for us to do so. We are an investment company, so in order for us to offer the convenience of closing on your timeline and taking it as is, we've got to make sure that when we do buy it, we buy it at a price that would allow us to come in, make any repairs if necessary, and then we'll either decide are we going to add it to our rental portfolio or sell it to a family that would want to live in the house. So for something like this, I mean, are you kind of thinking that you'd want to be closer to 180 to 200 for it, or what do you think you might?
The house is worth like $300,000. I want to say something like $327,000. I think I saw that on there on my tax sheet. But just something enough to where I'll be able to go in and I want to, it still has to be $8,000 or so to pay it off. But I'll still have cash that I need to go in and start the process. So I'll just have to kind of see what that offer is. I don't want to take chump change, right? I just want to make sure that it's fair all the way around.
I understand. I mean, what do you feel like would be fair for you? What do you think you're looking to get out of it?
Not really that sure. I guess like at the end, it just would be like because you all have to make the offers. So it's just what offer you make, and then if it sounds realistic to me, I guess that would be the way I would do it. I don't know how your offers are, and I just heard you say $100,000 or $200. That's a small amount. So that's why I'm calling for it, because I've never done this before, and I want to see what it all entails, if it is worth it.
Sure.
And I mean, something like that wouldn't be worth it. $100,000, $200,000, and I know it's worth $300,000. So I just want to tell my husband, well, this is what we're kind of looking at, and if it makes sense, or if it's something that we need to just go ahead and just qualify for another home that we want, like you said, rent this one out. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're just seeing first.
Well, I'm happy.
All the ad. Go ahead.
happy to look into this one with you. But how many bedrooms does this one currently have?
3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage.
3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 car garage. Okay.
Mhm.
And I mean, had you thought about maybe listing this with an agent, or were you trying to kind of save on paying a commission? Walk me through kind of your thought process and where we are now.
I mean, the agent wise, I thought about that too, right? So that was another thing. I just have 2 of my friends that are real estate agents. I know they take a huge chunk out of it as well. And I don't know as far as time wise and preparation to get it situated.
Oh, by golly.
So that was another option I was gonna call them, but I had saw the ad and I said, well, let me just see what that entails. So we're gonna definitely look carefully into and go with the best thing that for us. But again, I just have to find out because I don't know the processes. So
Okay.
I have to kind of learn a little bit more before I decide, well, this is better for me or this. I just know what I want to do. And I have to see now what is it going to take to get me there as far as what I want to do at this particular point. Do I want to sell my land? Or, this is kind of where I am right now. Does it make sense to keep my land and all this and that kind of stuff? And so I'm just trying to make sense of it all.
So you're kind of on the fence of, do you want to sell this house or do you want to sell the land that you have out there in Taylor?
Right. Like what will be better for me to go and get what I need? That's what I'm trying to. I sound confused because I don't know at this point.
So what do you feel like you need?
I think I would just need money to make sure that I can, when I do move, I can pay a nice chunk of it. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to be in a whole bunch of more debt. I hate that. I absolutely hate debt. And so I don't want to sell my home and then go into another home and still have a price of $500,000 that I still have to pay. One of my friends got caught up like that. She sold a condo for $80,000, and they put her in a home. They paid everything for her, but she ended up in debt, $300,000, and her condo was paid off. I didn't want to do anything like that because I honestly hate debt. But I'm just trying to make sense of what I would need to get into a home and not have very much more to pay.
Okay.
So I think that is kind of what I need. So whether if it's the home or whether if it's my land, however, and finding another location. So I'm looking for that as well. Are there places out there that may have these homes already somewhere and may say, well, let's just do a deal? I'm just looking for what I possibly can that will make sense to get me what I need, and that's just to have a nice, comfortable home. And if I can use my home as leverage, it would be great.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like it kind of goes back to, where are you trying to go, and how much is that going to cost you? Because as much as I'd love to give you $1 million for the house, if it's not worth $1 million, or if I can't afford to give you $1 million, I wouldn't be able to be the guy to give you $1 million. Now I can suggest to you, if you want to get the most for it, listing it with an agent is an option. But the trade-off with doing that is they're going to expect you to clean up the house. They're going to expect you to sometimes make repairs, especially if you want to get the most for it. You've got to also take a look at, what other houses are for sale in your neighborhood, right? And you've got to look at, okay, well, what type of shape are they in? Well, looks like the carpet was just redone. The kitchen is beautifully remodeled, brand new appliances. People had to spend money to get it, showroom ready. And, all of the sellers that decide, to work with me would prefer not to go through the process of spending more money on fixing it up. They don't want to worry about having to close, next week. They need some time, to get themselves together and find, what their next chapter of their life looks like. And they'd prefer, the convenience of working with somebody that understands that and is willing, to work with them in that regard. And so I'm happy to do that for you. But, the difference is going to be, I have to purchase the property at a price that would allow me, to have enough money to budget to make repairs, to decide, hey, is this going to be a rental, or should we just go on ahead and find a family, that's going to want to live in this house, and I won't be the highest offer. So if you're looking to get the most out of your house, I'm not going to discourage you from trying to do that. It's certainly possible, but the trade-off is going to be, you may have to put more into it. And then, of course, we don't know how long it might take, or if at the end of the day, somebody's going to be willing to pay. So just something to keep in mind and to consider. But from what it sounds like and from what I'm gathering, it doesn't really sound like we're in a position to make any sort of decision today.
Right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. And that's why I said I was just calling around to see what makes more sense, and then put it all together, and then boom, then make that decision at that point. So, okay, I got it. I appreciate it. I guess I still have your phone number, and I still can zip back around. I do want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, and I get the most bang for my buck, and kind of go from there, so I can move on to that next chapter in my life. So I'll keep your phone number here, and even if y'all do have a cash offer, like, how do you make that? Do you look online? You just ask the questions? How do you do that? So then I'll know this is the offer that such and such is offering if we decide to do it. How does that work for you?
So, I mean, are we kind of considering a cash offer at this point? Is that something that you'd want to consider?
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I don't want to keep any options, at bay. So if there are options, and if you would make that, then I would know and say, hey, babe, this is an option. This is how much they offered as a cash buy. Mm-hmm. And then we'll know that if we have to circle back around to that, then we'll know this is what your option, what you offered.
I understand. Yeah. So, in order for us to make a cash offer, like I said, we're going to take a look. And what I have been doing while we've been on this brief call, I've been taking a look to see kind of what houses are actually for sale for right now. But like I was explaining, I'm not going to be the highest offer, right? Because I can't compete with a buyer, that wants to live in the property. We are an investment company, so we have to purchase the property, at a bit of a discount. And I like to disclose that. I'm big on transparency, and, I don't like any hidden surprises or anything like that.
Yeah. I got it.
But I mean, if you're on the same page and you're more looking for the convenience, which, everybody that decides to work with me is, if you're willing to sell the property at a price that would allow me, to have a budget, to make repairs, and then maybe potentially keep it for a rental, or, bring a family in that want to live in it. I'd ideally need to buy it, beneath, what the market would pay for it. So I would imagine, that our offer, let me just put something together real quick. I'm running some quick numbers.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's going to depend on how much time you feel like you need, right? And I know that you're going to need some time to find, where that next chapter of your life is going to be. So let me pull up my calendar. So today is January the 14th. Today's Tuesday. Let's say if we were to plan for something, do you think that, say, the end of March would be enough time, for you to find, where you'd like to go next? And
I think it's doable. So I do have an RV, so I have sometimes we'd be put out on my, my face, or however the fact that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, it can even be sooner. Just kind of, it means if it works out for me, if
Sure.
I'm able to find a location that I want. I've already been looking at some. I've seen a couple of homes that I like, and I kept it within a reasonable means. Now, if it would mean that the money that I have, of course, I have to make sure that we pay whatever the 80-something thousand is left on here and still have money to go in and put a big payment down, then that's what I'm not familiar with. That's what I want to do. But if I can find, I've been looking at homes in the $300,000 range that are in the country, and there are some out there.
Oh, certainly.
But once I'm done with this, then am I going to only have $2 left? You know what I mean? And that's mortgage. That's what I'm not interested in doing. Because we've come a long way, with this house to be almost paid off for it.
Sure.
So I didn't want to just make a quick decision. And I've done, all this that we've done, and the market, it does go up and it goes down. But will I have enough to put a nice chunk down so then I don't have to start all over again?
I definitely understand. I'm also looking to see kind of what some of these other 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses, with the 2-car garages are going for. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's been sitting on market, for quite some time. I mean, this one is a 3-2, just slightly smaller. Yours, let me pull yours back up real quick here. I believe yours was 1,500 square feet, right?
Yes, sir. Right about.
Okay, so you definitely got that going for you. Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, here's what I think would probably make the most sense. If we could do an as-is offer where you're not responsible for any repairs. We of course would take care of the closing costs, and then if you need some time, to find out where you're gonna go next, so we could actually make it a planned closing for on or before March 31st. To give you enough time. I would say realistically, we may be somewhere between $200,000 to $220,000 for the house. But really it would depend on, of course, if everybody's on board, and then, we'd have to come out and see it as well. So
and that would be, even if it goes to the highest, to say 220 minus the 80, then we're looking at about 220, 80, so that's going to be that, 160, 80, so 140 left. I'm still kind of putting some around about, okay, that's something I can at least share with my husband, about on something like that. Because, I would like preferably if I at least would have $200,000 to go out and shop with. That would be something a little bit better if I'm looking at that. So I'll have like $100,000 that I would have to pay, put up on a mortgage, something like that is what I was just kind of looking at. But at least I know what we're looking at, so I can let him know this is what we need, to be able to go out and shop and to pay that $80,000 to pay it off, and then be able to move on to the rest.
So, okay. I mean, as much as I'd love to be the bearer of good news right now, I just, from what I've seen and from what the news is saying, unfortunately, it's looking like these next 4 years show a lot of promise, but not for interest rates. I think that they're going to continue to stay where they are or increase. So, I mean, I'm not too sure, what really the market has to hold for us in the upcoming few years. Unfortunately, a a lot of stuff has been going on, so I'm not really too sure if it's going to make the most sense to sell sooner rather than later or to wait it out. But I know that right now, your house is probably going to be worth around that 200 to 220 mark. I don't know, what it might look like in the future.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's still good to know, though. That's still good to know. Okay.
So let's do this. When do you think you'd maybe want to reconnect? I'm sure it'd probably be important, for both you and your husband, of course, to discuss what we spoke about today. And I'm sure if you all are interested, I'd love to sit down and have a conversation, with everybody and make sure that everybody's on the same page and see if this is something that you all would really like to consider.
Right. Let me get my and see if I can realistically say if I select this house, like say if I select this house, this is the house I want, and I'm gonna take it around that thing 220 and go back and look at my mortgage and see how much is it 82,000. I'm gonna go do that and play with those numbers a minute with my husband, and then see where we are and what we need, and then so I guess if we can connect back in maybe 2 weeks. Maybe something like 2 weeks, do a connection.
Sure, I'll definitely keep in touch with you, and then we can kind of see, what the consensus is and see if we can make something happen.
10-4, that sounds great. I thank you so much for your time and being patient with me, because I'm not 100% yet, but I'm just, like I said, I'm learning, and I will next time have a better conversation with you.
No worries. I appreciate the call, and I look forward to hopefully doing some business with you. And at least, having a conversation with both you and your husband.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Wonderful. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Miss Christina.
All right. You take care.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. So you never know, man. Sometimes with these sellers, it's not as simple as, maybe yesterday where, that lady, she was ready to go. She had some property. She knew the rundown, you know what I'm saying? She just wanted to get what she wanted to get, and that was it. This lady, somebody got to talk to her, understand, what the situation is. I wouldn't personally offer to give her any sort of additional help in terms of finding a property, because I already know it's going to be a headache. But I could definitely say, hey, what we can do is make an offer where, you don't have to sell this property until you find your next property. So my boy Leroy in the chat, he's saying he's talking about the novation. If I could have offered the increased number with the novation, that is the number with the novation. So I looked quick glance at the market, to see what are the numbers, what are properties sitting on the market for, and I saw one that was a comp that was currently listed for, let me pull back up real quick, this one, I saw one, it was listed, so it was this one for 285, likely to sell faster than 81%, 14 days on the market. Right, so for 285. So I was running my numbers. If I'm gonna introduce the lowest listing, I like what Matt's saying. There's no real offering more. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are what the numbers are. The reality is you're getting left behind if you can't list stuff on the market. You're getting left behind if you don't know how to novate these properties, right? Because you need to be able to novate these properties, and you need to get them at a wholesale price. So everybody that's been learning how to wholesale, the only thing that's going to change is going to be the disposition model and implementing the fact that, hey, I'm going to actually be able to bring a retail buyer to buy this deal. But retail buyers are just as needy as these investors. They need to be at the same price. So I was looking at a listing price of $269,900. And then, of course, I subtract the 8%, the 6% for the commissions, and then the additional 2% for the agent. That leaves me with $248, right? And if I give her $220,000, that's only a spread of $28,308. the way of pitching it could have changed her mind. I mean, it's possible. I don't have too much of a problem with the pitch, because I don't pitch novations as these magical, solution, right? The person either wants to sell at a price that's going to make sense for you or not. The extra term of us being able to list and market the property is just, for us, really, at the end of the day. It just makes our life easier. It doesn't really benefit the seller in any way, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's either she's motivated or not. And this lady was kind of in a position where it doesn't really seem like, she's ready to make a decision. She just kind of, like she said, looking around, trying to get some more information. So happy to give her some information, set a realistic expectation, and go from there. I do think that it could be an ovation, but the only thing we can do is follow up. So we are off now to the next call. I'm going to follow up with this lady, Shannon. This is one where I did pitch an ovation. She wanted $55,000, and she didn't like the idea of a third-party buyer coming in. She read the agreement. I sent it to the attorney. The attorney was on board, but she read the agreement. She didn't like it. So I'm going to call Shannon back and see where she's at in this new year, and hopefully she picks up.
Please leave your message for 27.
I'm going to call her 2 times. I sent her a text. I called her. She didn't pick up, this and that or whatever. She might honestly curse me out if she picks up the phone. I don't know. I don't know. But because I don't know, I got to call.
Please leave your message.
Shannon not picking up. We got a closing happening this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. One of the novations I honestly thought I was only going to make like $2,000 on turned into a $12K assignment. So I'm excited for that. I'm about to send over the assignment paperwork and all that, and then the wire, we're going to be closed either tomorrow or the following day. So that's exciting. Today is what? The 14th. We got a little bit of time there. And we put under contract a couple properties yesterday, so I got to get on the phone. There's this one guy, Chris, in this area. If anybody in here is in Seymour, Texas, let me know. Brendan asked, what made her aware of a third-party buyer? Did she ask you if you were wholesaling? No, she read the agreement. My novation agreement specifically outlines exactly what I'm going to do with the property, right? Like I said, I'm big on transparency. Everybody in this community is big on transparency. We tell the people, exactly what we're intending to do with the property. And I specifically told this lady, I've got to buy it at a price that's going to allow me to make a profit, whether that's us adding it to our rental portfolio, which is possible. I own rentals. I own a rental, right? Or if I'm going to bring a family that wants to live in it, right? I mean, you got to be disclosing exactly what you're doing with these properties, every time, so that you can avoid people getting upset with you, right? And I've had situations, just this guy, where I'm about to make $12,000 this week. It was a situation where he even had the attorney call me and say, hey, I don't want to sell anymore. And I mean, I gave this guy more money. Typically you go out to a property and you adjust the purchase price by offering less. I gave this guy more money so that he would continue to stay in this deal and not have any worries. And then, whatever happens, these people are distressed people. You got to understand, these people are distressed people, and they are calling you because they don't know what to do. Their backs against the wall. They need money, and you're going to be the savior for them, really, to get them out of this situation. And then, sometimes these people make moves, whatever. Oh, well, I don't need to sell anymore, thanks. But no, that's not how this works. We have an agreement. We're going to follow through with it, right? So let me try and get this guy Chris on the phone. I'm going to also Google and see if I can get his number. This might not be his best number. And then I got to give this guy Phil a call back. You know, I'm moving. I'm shaking on a couple of these deals. But at the same time, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call this one Renee and see what Renee has to say. Because I did call Chris and he didn't happen to pick up. Let's call Renee and see what she says.
Hi, you've reached Renee Atkins with Hershey Realtors. Unfortunately, I can't answer my phone.
In a meeting, call you back soon. Cool. Is there anybody in Beaumont, Texas, or Seymour, Texas in the chat? You know, if you got any buyers out there, let's make something happen. Definitely want to open it up, you know, for everybody. How's everybody doing today? What are we working on today? What are we working towards? Let us know. So we called Renee. She's going to give us a call back. And I want to try to see if I can find another number for Chris. Let me just Google this guy's number real quick. Okay, I found his thing here. He's got a couple properties listed in Seymour. And I got a mobile number for him right here. Chris.
This is Chris with Lone Star Realty. I'm unable to come to the phone.
Chris ain't picking up the phone. I don't know how he has all these listings. He has all these listings, but he's not picking up the phone. Let me see also, another great resource is realtor.com. And I'll type in, you know, find realtor, agent name, city, Seymour, Texas. Seymour, Texas, okay. And then we'll see. Maybe he'll pop up on this list, but we'll try to get somebody out here. We got a guy named Scotty. I guess he's also with this Lone Star Realty group that Chris is with. Chris is also on this list. For sale. I want to see, you know, who's got a lot of sold. This is Land Company of Texas. I don't know if this guy is going to... Well, I mean, he's got activity range from 20K plus, so let's give this guy a call.
You've reached Matt Gilmore, Lane Company of Texas. Leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
I'm gonna give him. Gotta call these people 2 times. Sometimes they don't pick up that first time.
Hello.
Mr. Gilmore, this is John Johnson. How are you?
I'm good. About you?
I can't complain. Did I catch you at a good time?
Sure. What's going on?
Well, good. I got a property. I actually got 3 properties in Seymour, Texas. And I just did a quick search on Realtor.com to see if I could get in touch with somebody in this area. And I wanted to reach out to see if you were active in Seymour.
I don't have anything listed in Seymour now, but what do you got? I mean, I kind of sell stuff all over, so.
Okay. Well, I got 3 properties. All 3 of them have houses on them. 2 properties are right next to each other, and those are on Northeast Street. So it's 811 Northeast Street and 807 Northeast Street. And if this is a sell, I can text you over all the info. And then I got another one on 401 North Arkansas Street. And I'm looking to sell the 2 that are right next to each other together on the market. And then, of course, that other one on North Arkansas Street on the market as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mainly do farm and ranch real estate, so I don't know that it would really be kind of out of my realm to go sell houses in town up there. So
no, not a problem.
I appreciate you calling, and I wish you luck.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you. You take care.
Yes, sir. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is not the type of agent that's going to sell this house. But we still got to find somebody here that will, right? Apparently this guy is working with Keller Williams. Travis Hawkins. We'll call this guy and see what's going on with Travis. Appreciate the comment, bro. Terrence is absolutely correct. They don't want any money. What tool are you using that you're looking at now?
Hey, this is Travis Hawkins. If you leave me your name, number, and a brief message, I will get back.
I'm using Realtor.com and Google Voice to make some calls out to agents. I'm looking for an agent to list these properties as an ovation. We got Travis and Jenna Hawkins. I guess Jenna is either that'd be terrible. That'd be terrible. Let's try Miss Hawkins here.
Hi, this is Jenna Hawkins with Trinity Country Real Estate. If I can.
All right, Jenna, you got to pick up the phone, Jenna. There's money on the line. We're talking big money.
Hi, this is Jenna Hawkins with Trinity Country Real Estate.
It's going to be a little difficult. You know, I understand now why some of these sellers reach out directly to us. But unfortunately, I still got to get somebody that's in this area to go see this property. So let's try Scotty. He's number 1 on the list. I didn't call him. But it looks like I have no choice but to try him. And we'll see, you know, if Scotty is going to be interested in this.
Cocoa Realtors, this is Carolyn. How may I help you?
Hey, Carolyn, this is John. How are you?
Very good. And you?
I can't complain. Happy to hear you're doing well. I was actually reaching out. I was trying to get a hold of Mr. Scotty Crowley. Is he available?
No, he's not at this office anymore.
Oh, he's not? Where did he go?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's at a different office.
Do you all list residential real estate, or are you only listing land?
Oh, we do all of it. Commercial, we do land, we do homes.
Okay, and do you all service the Seymour, Texas area?
Yes.
Okay, do you think you could connect me then maybe with an agent from your brokerage that could help me? I got 3 properties that I'm looking to list. And if they're, experienced in working with an investor, that'd be great as well, if anybody in particular comes to mind.
I am an agent. My name's Carolyn.
Oh, wonderful. I'm in luck then. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Carolyn. I was actually on Realtor.com, and this was the number that was on Mr. Scotty's listing. So I guess this is this your brokerage here?
Yes, Century 21.
Okay, perfect. Well, happy to connect with you. And yes, I've got 3 properties in Seymour, Texas that I'm looking to list. Have you worked with a wholesaler before?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, there's a first time for everything. Happy to work with you. Essentially, what I do is I'll run Google Ads. And so when people will search up, I want to sell my house, and, they don't really want to fix them up or do anything with them, they'll find me. And so I made an agreement with this lady who'd like to sell these 3 properties. And so I'm actually doing this business virtually. I'm not local to Seymour. But essentially, I'll reach out, to a local agent in the area that'd like to work with me. And we can see about, what we do with the property, if we're going to purchase it and then relist it on the market, or if we just go on ahead and list it. I have a authorization to list signed by the seller every time, so that we can list the property as well.
Okay.
And so she'd like to go on either Sunday or Monday. She works, from Tuesday to Saturday. And so those are her off days. And she'd like to go down there and I guess show the property. And so I'm not sure, would you have some availability on either Sunday or Monday to meet her?
Yes.
Okay. And if we could arrange for something where you could meet her at the property, we can get those on a lockbox, and then, of course, take photos and get them listed. That'd be fantastic.
And are you working on a referral fee, or?
So what I'll do is I would actually become your client, and you would represent me to sell and list the property.
I'm not sure I totally understand, because she is the owner. She would be the client.
So yeah, she is the current owner, but a part of the agreement that we have is, she's just looking for an as-is sale, and she doesn't really want to go about, finding a great agent or doing anything to that extent. And so, we've come to an agreement on a price that she's comfortable with, and she doesn't really want to deal with anything else, So a part of my offer to her is, we'll come to an agreement on a price, and, she doesn't mind if I sell it, if I buy it, as long as she gets what she's looking for out of it, that's where I'll, likely find a local agent to work with to get it listed and sold.
I think I'd have to talk with my broker about this,
Okay.
because working with a third party is quite different.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to speak with Katie yourself?
Sure, if we could have a conversation together, I think that'd be great.
Okay, let me give you Katie's number and you call her.
Okay.
It is 940
940
224
224
9335.
9335. And her name is Katie.
Yes.
And your name is Carolyn?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And is it spelled with a C?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, pleasure to meet you, Carolyn, and I can give Katie a call. I'll give her a call real quick here. I'll have a conversation with her. Hopefully, I can answer any questions that she's got, and of course, give her any sort of referral to any other title company that I've worked with in the past, or any other agent as well. If she has any questions about the process, and hopefully, we could go on ahead and schedule something for either Monday, Sunday, or Monday.
Okay, sounds good.
Wonderful.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Carolyn. You take care.
All right. Uh-huh.
Bye-bye. Got another call coming in here. Hey, Alicia.
Hey, John. So Lily was wanting to know, is that a 1-bedroom, 1-bath?
This one is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath.
2-bedroom, 1-bath.
Uh-huh. And are they nearby? Do they want to go and take a look at it while there's still some daylight?
They're in Houston.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
they're not that. Yeah.
So
but I'll let them know. And,
okay. Do they have, a team in the area that would go and take a look for them?
no, it's just them.
Okay. So how do they typically make their offers? They know what price they're looking at, or?
They have somebody come out with them that's a contractor
Mm-hmm.
and looks over it and sees how much the house would be to repair.
Mm-hmm.
And then based upon, I guess, their numbers that they've got and what they know works, they make an offer.
Okay. Well, definitely, let me know when they'd want to go and send somebody. Or if you've got any other questions, I'm happy to answer them, and,
Yeah.
hopefully we can get this sold. I definitely appreciate you, working this.
You're more than welcome.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, John. You have a great one.
Absolutely. You too, Alicia.
Okay. Hope to hear back. Hope to sell this house with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
great
hoping too. So if there's anything, else I can do, don't feel like a stranger. Feel free to give me a call anytime.
Will do, John. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. We're rocking and rolling. Let me call that lady Katie. Let's see.
Hi, you've reached Katie.
I'll give her 2 calls.
Hi, this is Katie.
Hey, Katie, this is John. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Did I catch you at a good time?
Just walking back in from lunch, so I guess so.
Oh, perfect. Well, I just wanted to reach out. I actually just got a chance to speak with Miss Carolyn.
Yeah, so just walking in and she was walking out. She told me you were calling.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, I just wanted to reach out. I guess, she said that you were running the brokerage, and I wanted to see if you'd ever worked with a wholesaler before.
Not really. We have done some deals, but not on a regular basis.
Okay, no worries. Well, I definitely wanted to reach out and see if this was something that maybe we could work on together. To kind of give you a rundown of what I'll do, I run Google Ads. And so when people search, I want to sell my house or sell my house fast, they'll see my business and reach out to me. And most of the time, the people that work with me are more looking, for the convenience of knowing, exactly what they would be walking away with. They don't want to make any repairs, and they're not really in a position where they have all too much time, to deal with the property. In this specific scenario, this lady's name's Miss Sharon, and she lives about 5 hours away from these properties. And so what we've done is we've come to an agreement in terms of an as-is sale. And so she's comfortable with the number and the whole process of how it works. And so a part of my agreement is that I'm allowed to market the property, whether it be, to an investor in my immediate network or with a agent. And so we'll get a authorization to sign for listing documents. She's still, going to be present at closing to sign closing documents and all that, or we'll send a mobile notary to her because she's, pretty far from the property. But I wanted to reach out and see, if you all would go on ahead and list these with me and meet her. I guess it'd be either Sunday or Monday to get the property set up on a lockbox.
Okay. And can you send me over some information on what the properties are? You said that they're all in Seymour.
Yep. Let me get your email, and then what I can do is I'll send you all the addresses and some of the information that I have noted down for them as well. And then I'll also send you over the authorization to list so that you can see those as well.
Okay, great. So is this your cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, I'm sorry. I'm gonna text you my email address. Okay.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I've got somebody that's calling me on a nonstop basis right now. So let me get to that. I'm gonna send you my email right now.
Okay, take your time. No worries.
Okay,
I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Sound like we might be able to get something going here. We might be able to get something going. Y'all seeing how I'm making these calls? How many of y'all are just like keeping me in the background? How many are making calls with me? Let me know in the side chat, ladies and gentlemen. I know that this is a longer live. We're actually getting to it live on the phone here. T asking, any virtual offices I can join throughout the week? Yeah, you can hop in the Clubhouse. Matter of fact, I'm going to change. We should do something like that, right? Because I'm sure you guys are looking for virtual offices, right? Virtual office. We'll bring back the virtual office. I'm going to make some virtual office channels for y'all. I'll make it just virtual office. Clubhouse, virtual office. There you go. So now you have a virtual office that you can join, and feel free, to tap in, talk to other people, coordinate, do deals. That's what this is all for. We want to see people in here be empowered, with the resources and opportunities that they need to get things done. And I'm always happy to see it. So we made some calls. As soon as Katie gives me her email, I'll send over the info for her, and then we'll arrange, for her to go and meet the seller. It'd probably be better, because she's a lady, and you know how ladies are. They want to talk to ladies and whatnot, in person. They feel comfortable, so that'd be good. And then we can go ahead and get those listed and sold, ASAP. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look, if you haven't already, you need to tap in to the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. Join us on Discord at discord.gg/REIRev, and make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel at REI Revolution on YouTube. Guys, we give away all the sauce for free. We show you how to do this business, how to have these conversations, how to talk to people, how to do it all. We got somebody calling. Let's see who this is. Renee. We'll call. Hey, Renee.
Hi, who's this?
This is John. How are you?
Good. John, where are you calling from?
I'm from Maryland, and I've got 3 properties in Seymour, Texas that I was looking to list, and that was why I was giving you a call to see if you were active in Seymour.
I am. It's not my primary market, but I do have a couple of listings out there right now. I just don't service buyers in that area.
You don't service buyers, okay. Um, well, I think I may have actually found somebody because I did give you a call, but I didn't hear back from you. I did get your text, but I've got three. I haven't signed anything yet, but I've got three properties in Seymour. Have you worked with wholesalers before?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you kind of know how this works, and are you cool with working with wholesalers?
I haven't had a single deal that has been wholesale that's actually closed, so that is a whole other thing too.
Okay. So, I mean, the people that you worked with before, what was kind of your experience with them? Did they know what they were talking about? Were the numbers right, or were they just kind of hoping that something might stick and nothing worked
They're
out?
hoping that something would stick because their market knowledge wasn't very localized. They more or less did all over the area and didn't understand that we are small towns where our pricing is very different than what they might be snagging a deal for.
Sure. Okay. And that's one thing that I try to always do. And I just full disclosure, I'm doing maybe 3 to 5 deals per month, and I'm in Texas and a few other states. But mostly, what I'll do is I'll look at what is currently for sale, and I'll look at what has actually sold, and I always try to introduce the newest, lowest listing for whatever property type I'm looking at, whether it's land or a single family house, just to make it easy. And so I have these 3 properties in Seymour, and I'm looking to get them listed. 2 of them are single family houses that are pretty much shells, and I'm not as familiar with Seymour as you. I'm sure you're definitely the expert in this area, so I'm not sure if there are any investors that are interested in fixing stuff up like this. I mean, what's been your experience? I mean, have you worked with investors? Have you listed anything that's been purchased by an investor out there?
Yeah, so there's a ton of wind farms out there. So we have, and oil fields and the gas, all that. So we have a lot of labor that needs places to stay. So there are investors who are buying up properties to use as like Airbnbs or short-term rentals, short to midterm, I'll say. But the price points out there for rent is not very high. So you may get $800 a month for a 3-bedroom. It just depends on condition, upgrades, the normal market update things. But yeah, it's hard because everybody's doing it out there right now. It's very investor saturated.
Okay. And are you finding that some of these investors are looking for stuff that needs like complete remodels, or are they more looking for like lipstick on a pig cosmetic stuff?
It's a combination of everything, from something they need to flip and they're going to hold, or something they're flipping just to sell, and then there are those who want like turnkey or something pretty close to turnkey. So I guess it's just based on what their vision is. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd be happy to send you over these 3, and like I said, 2 of them are side by side, and I guess let me pull it up. I know it's probably about a quarter of an acre total, because each of these is about 10,000 square feet. So let me double check. Maybe it's half an acre. 10,497 times 2.
Yeah, so it's a pretty lot.
Let's see, 994 square feet to acre. Okay, yeah, so it's just under half an acre out there. And I saw that there was one with a garage that sold for $25,000, and then I saw that there's currently one lot roughly the same size that's currently sitting on the market for $24,000, and so that's been on market for 123 days. So I know that we've got to be significantly less than that price for it to sell, and so I was thinking maybe they could sell for maybe 18,000, and you're the expert, so I'm leaning on you. You know the market way better than I do. If there are people that want to buy land out there and all that, it does have a metal garage on it, and I can send this over to you so you can see these. Let me get these to you real quick. So this is the one for 811, and then I'm also sending you 807, which is just right next door. So it would be these two together, which would equate to about that half acre of land. And then I'm looking at and those both as well have like shells of houses on them. I'm not sure, what state they're in yet. I haven't been out to the property. I'm trying to coordinate for somebody to meet the seller either on Sunday or Monday to get the houses on lockbox and, take photos and prepare, for the listing. And then I have this one on North Arkansas Street in Seymour. And this one, I don't really know what it could go for. I was looking at, what's for sale, and then I sorted by lowest to highest. Let me double check again. But I saw, the lowest price was, 60,000, and that's kind of move-in ready. So I figured maybe we could sell this one for 29. Do you think that would be fair? Do you think somebody might want to buy it at that price?
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, which systems are you using to pull sold data from?
So I'm actually looking at what's currently for sale, and I'm looking at Zillow, and then I have a software called Privy that I'll use that has MLS access, in a couple different non-disclosure states, or PropStream as well. That's another tool that I'm using. Have you heard of PropStream before?
Yeah, I've heard of PropStream, just not Privy. I was going to say, because we have two MLS systems that cover Seymour, so you might only be getting one side of the equation, and I believe only one of those systems releases its data to PropStream, whereas the other one does not, because my primary MLS does not release data to any third parties except for the major web portals. That's just the way their agreement works.
Okay.
So you're probably missing about half the equation with the calculations there.
I very well may be, and so that's honestly why I like to.
Why the investors are so far off.
Yeah, and that's why I like to reach out and talk to people like you, because you're there. You have access to the MLS, and the benefit that I can offer you is I'm always happy to pay a fair commission, and it's really an easy sell for you because you don't have to worry about trying to find the seller or anything like that. And then if we can sell it at a reasonable price, perfect. You win, I win, seller wins, they get the convenience that they're looking for, and the buyer will win, because we give them a great price. Are you maybe seeing something that I'm not? I see there's another one, it looks like, but this is kind of a much smaller house. This is a 1-1 I'm seeing that went for somewhere around $12,500.
Yeah. Well, what I can say is, if you would like a broker price opinion, I do charge $350 for each property, and because again, I do pay for all these systems to access all of the data for you, and then also the time to investigate the property. But if you were looking for somebody to list the property, I wouldn't be able to help you, just because again, you are a wholesaler, you're not the direct owner, and we're only able to list as a direct owner unless you have somehow already been deeded the property, if that makes sense.
Okay, I do have a authorization to list that is signed by the seller, so they're completely aware, of what the process looks like, and that I'd be consulting with an agent and this and that. Would that change anything? I'm happy to send that to you.
Oh, I wish it would, but it's just the broker's policy in my office. We just cannot list for wholesalers. There are other companies in the area that will do that, so yeah.
Okay. Well, then, in that case, I definitely appreciate the time, and, best of luck with your listings and, the business to come.
Yeah, when you get settled on pricing, though, don't hesitate to send those to me. I never know what I might come across, or even if there's an agent in the area that likes something or didn't like something that I had, and they just need something else. I could always share it with them. So. Okay,
well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you. You take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Yes, is this John Johnson?
This is. May I ask who's calling?
This is Tammy with Lone Star Real Estate in Seymour, Texas. How are you?
I'm well, Tammy. How are you?
I'm good. My broker, Chris Jacoby, said that you had called and left a message, and you were interested in selling a couple of properties here in town.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is the address of the property?
So I've got 3 properties. 2 of them are right next door to each other. One of them is on 811 Northeast Street in Seymour, and the one right next to it is 807 Northeast Street in Seymour. And then also, is this your cell phone? I could even send you the links if you'd like.
Yes, this is my cell phone.
Okay, perfect. And then the other one is is in a different neighborhood. This one's in 401 North Arkansas Street.
Okay.
And so I wanted to give you a call. I saw Chris. He had a couple listings. It looked like, I saw his name on a couple listings, and then I searched on Realtor.com, and I saw him there.
Yes.
Have you all worked with wholesalers before?
Wholesalers? Not usually.
Okay. Well, just to kind of give you, a rundown on what I do is, what I'll do is I'll run Google Ads. And so when people search, I want to sell my house, they'll find me. And I just so happened to meet a lady that was looking to sell these 3 as is. And so a part of my agreement is, of course, I'll take them as is, and they don't have to worry about making repairs or paying any closing costs. So they're happy, with a net number to them where, it's really a hassle-free kind of sale to them. And a part of the terms of my agreement is that I may list the property with an agent and sell it, on the MLS. And so what I'll do is I'll get them to sign an authorization to list. And so they'll still be there, to sign all the closing documents and all that, when it's time to close. But, they don't want to do anything with it. She lives 5 hours away from these properties and, prefers not to worry about it. So that's kind of, the convenience that I'm offering to her. And so what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get these 3 listed, and I'm planning to have her go and drop off the key so that we can get these on a lockbox. The 2 on Northeast Street are pretty much just shells. There's not really a whole lot more to it. They do have a shared metal garage there, which you can probably see on the Google Street View. Altogether, I'm estimating that the 2 lots together should be about a little less than a half an acre. And so what I was doing was I was actually looking online, and I was seeing, how much do half an acres go for. I saw that there was currently a listing for $25,000. And so I figured, we definitely got to beat the market on what's available and offer the lowest listing. So I was, maybe thinking that 18,000 might be reasonable. And of course, I'm leaning on you. I consider you to be, the expert for this market. You're active here. You have the listings, and you know what the pulse is. I'm not there, so I don't really know as well as you do. But I'd like to list, these 3 properties and get them sold, in the next 60 days or so.
Okay. So you're not an agent, apparently. So you didn't buy the property from her?
No, not yet. I haven't seen the property. She's gonna drive, from where she's at. It's about a 5-hour drive to go and give us the key. But the thing is, I need to find, an agent in the area that I can work with, to meet her there. I mean, it's possible I could purchase the properties cash, take possession, and then relist them. But I'd need to know, if it's going to make the most sense. Because usually, we just sell the properties as is on the market. We don't even need to take the properties in our own name. We don't need to take the deed. We just find a third party, and we'll either assign it directly to them, or do a novation where we'll replace our agreement to purchase with that third-party purchase and sale agreement.
Okay, so you're a wholesaler.
Correct.
Okay. I need to get with my broker, Chris, and I've never done this before. Let me get with him and see how I need to handle this. And do you mind if I give you a call back here in just a little bit?
No, not a problem at all. And I'm happy to even hop on a call with both you and Chris if you'd like. And, if he has any questions about, my process, I'm happy to send over the authorization to list as well. That way you all can see, just to give you kind of an insight. I'm usually doing about 3 to 5 deals per month in a few different markets. This would be, my first time working in Seymour. But, we'll run these ads, and, sometimes we'll get leads that come in towns that are a little bit smaller. So, I'm happy, of course, to share with you any reference, whether you'd like to speak to a closing attorney or title company, or maybe even another agent that I've worked with in the past, if that, be helpful as well.
Okay. Let me give you a call back here in just a little bit, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay. I will talk to you in a little bit.
Alrighty, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We are rocking and rolling, dog. I tried to end the stream and they won't let me. I gotta sign some paperwork and send it over real quick. We got some paperwork to sign, y'all. That lady that I connected with earlier, bro, she really on it. She really trying to get to it. She trying to get to this money. That's what I like to see. I like to see some people trying to get to this money. How many of us are trying to get to this money in here, ladies and gentlemen? I want to know that you guys are on the phone making calls. We're not just here to see John make calls. We're here to connect. We're here to be inspired. We're here to see, there are other people putting in work. There are so many people that tell me that they're serious, that they want to do real estate, they want to commit to this type of life, but they don't really make the calls. They ask all the questions, they get all the information, but they take zero action. But it's not going to be the people that are in this live stream right now. Out of all the people that say they want to be in real estate, there are about 14 people that are on this live right now. And I guarantee you, if you all are making the calls, staying consistent, you will be successful. Let me see. I got a 1 times. Oh. Got another call. Hello, Miss Robinson.
Good morning or afternoon. Time has passed us by today.
I tell you.
I was calling to check with you to see where you were in the process.
We're still ironing out the details because this is a little bit of a different process, right? Because we're responsible for first surveying the entire 60 acres, right? And then we're doing the subdivision for the 12. We're trying to get the paperwork, finalized in terms of the verbiage, just to make sure that the disclosures have been properly made, with our partner. And we're going to be knocking that out today. So I should be able to give you a call back no later than, tomorrow once we have all of this finalized.
Okay. And John, I truly hate to bother you with this again, but we have people coming down our drive to our house and turning around. I need for my address to be taken off of the association with the land that's being sold. And for them to know that they have to access the land from Floyd Road. They have to do a drive and access the property.
I understand. Let me make sure that I make that clear to him today. I think it's going to be taken off the market here. And so we'll go ahead and get that taken care of, okay?
All right, I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Likewise. You take care now.
All right.
Bye-bye. Hello?
John,
Yes.
this is Tammy with Lone Star Real Estate.
Hey, Tammy.
I got with my broker, and he said that we just don't handle the transactions for the wholesalers.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a problem. Well, I definitely appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I gotta fill out that form. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta get your contacts up. You gotta be talking to people. You gotta get the sellers. You gotta get contracts. You gotta get people calling your phone. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. This is what it looks like. This is what the day in the life of the wholesaler that's chasing $100K a month looks like. This is it. Really, I should be doing even more. But I'm trying my best to do what I can. Give me a second here. I'm trying to... I gotta send some agreement back. We got a closing happening this week. Selling a mobile home out in Georgia. So there's quite a lot of things going on. You know, you gotta have your hand in a few different fires. Let me make sure I can sign this one. The last one I couldn't sign. Address. Não, vida. Tudo bem? Tá bom, obrigado. Okay. There's no spot to sign. Let me send that back. Hey, Jason. There's... I think I'm already good with this lady. Hopefully, you know, she's good with me. But I definitely got to get something set up. We'll see if anybody's in Seymour. Hold up. Let me make sure. Hold up. So now I gotta call Mr. Shoemaker. See, this is what we gotta do, man. You gotta stay on top of these things. You gotta stay on top of these people. Shoemaker. Let me call him back.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Fantastic. I got an email earlier today from that, I guess, that same account. I just wanted to touch base with you because I just got off the phone with the seller too. Now, did you get a chance to talk to that surveyor to see if that was that price for everything included?
That does include surveying the entire 60 acres, but what that does do is they're going to have to survey a lot just to get the 12 acres broke out. But they're going to pin everything on the 12 acres, and they're also going to flag the line that separates the 12 from the original, whatever it might be. Do you want me to find out what the rest of that cost would be to figure out to surveying the last part of it, or do you need it to be whatever's left in 4 equal parts?
So I think we need to get the original 60 acres surveyed. That needs to get surveyed. And then we need to subdivide, just for this transaction, that 12 from the total 60.
Okay.
Now,
so I should reach back out to him and ask him what it's going to cost to go ahead and do the whole 60 on top of what I've already asked him, because I can't imagine it being much more.
yes, please. And then the other thing I want to just make sure that we disclose, the buyer is aware that they're buying the 12 acres, but we've got to make sure that this is put in writing, because I know that there's a lender involved, and the lender needs to know these things, So,
well, it's in the contract. The buyer's paying for the survey. The buyer has to find the surveyor, but also it says there's a price per acre, and the seller's best estimate is 12 acres. So I mean, I can't see where anything else. It has your best estimate 12 acres. We know we're surveying 12 acres, and the surveyor already is in the understanding is he has to come out with 12 acres on that. So
okay.
we're not selling anything more or less than 12 acres. And like I said, it's in the new, we rewrote that contract from the other day, and we did away with that 89,900 price tag. That's the same number. We just divided that by 12 to reflect the acre price. So, I mean, gosh, if we have to sell them, I mean, the sellers don't want to sell any more than 12 acres. And if it comes out to be 11 and a half acres by the time they're done, at least it's a price per acre. And then he might save, what, $3,000, which is still not a deal killer for the deal.
Well, I mean, it unfortunately for me could be because of the price that I have with them is not per acre. It's a flat price. So I need it to be a flat price. I need it to be the 89.9, and they're going to buy 12 acres. The only problem is with this one, and I just got to make sure that I have it in writing, is that I don't want it to be an estimated 12 acres and we're going off that legal description, for the whole lot, because they could say, hey, we're going to pay this price per acre for an estimated 12 acres. Hey, survey came back, it's much bigger than 12 acres. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, if it's more, then they're going to pay more. They're paying the price per acre. The price per acre is divided from the 89,900. It's divided by 12. So if he winds up with 13 acres, it's going to wind up being another $7,500 more, not less. I mean, if it winds up being 11 acres, it could be that price per acre less. But if it's more, it'll be more money.
You think maybe here? How about we do this? Can I send you a copy? I'll adjust this agreement, and then I can send it back to you, and we could get the approval, of course, from you and your brokerage to make sure that it's all good.
Okay. What's it? Tell me what it says.
Okay. It'll say everything that's pretty much here. I want to make sure that it's the purchase price of $89,900, and then we'll keep the estimated acreage of 12 acres, and then we will include under the special stipulations that disclosure, about exactly what's going to happen, just so that it's completely disclosed and it's completely transparent, and there's no questions from anybody, and when we get to the closing table, that's the number one thing. I just want to make sure it's 100% disclosed, and everybody is completely aware.
What's disclosed? I mean, what are you trying to disclose that's not in the contract already?
Let me pull it.
There's not an option. There's not an option. Option 3, it says it's $89,900, or it's an acreage price and an estimate of the acreage. I don't have an option to put both of those in there. That's what's, if I had a survey in hand, I could do $89,900 and know that I'm selling the survey acreage. But right now, it's a guesstimate. We need to have acreage. Again, it can go up. It's not going to go. Realistically, it's more closer. If that line is straight, it's going to be 13 acres. And if it's 13 acres, then the price goes up. Price per acre. And it can vary by a quarter of an acre. But we're selling only 12 acres, and that's disclosed. Unless I'm missing something, I can't have both in there. It's on the front page. It's or. Again, if I wrote $89,900, then I'm still trying to come up with some special fancy wording that we're selling only 12 acres, which I can't find a way to bind. But on this, I can, because I have, like I said, I think there should be a new offer out there, and it is literally $74.91 per acre.
Right.
On the 12 acres, which comes to the $89,900, which is the same thing. Again, and that can vary. If it's less acreage, then of course it's going to be less money, which means the seller still had the acreage that they had. And if it's more acreage, then the buyer has to pay more money. If it's an acre more, he has to pay the extra by the acre. Again, if I'm missing something, help me figure this one out, because I've already been down this road with a broker trying to figure out how to get this thing straight to where we could bind a contract.
Well, let me just put something on paper, and then we can both look at it.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Okay.
No worries.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. I'll give you a call back here in the next half hour. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Jonathan.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey, no worries. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sometimes you just gotta do shit. This is a simple situation where I can't afford to do the whole per acre thing, because to tell you the truth, I've sold what I thought was going to be 15 acres on the MLS, similar situation where we got a buyer and it turned out to be a little bit less, right? And so my profit dipped a ridiculous amount of money. I thought I was going to clear 6 figures on that deal. I lost 30 grand. So I don't want the same situation to happen. I want to know what we are selling 12 acres for, period. Boom. No more discussion. Let me print this out. Is there a way to print this out? I don't know. Review and sign. I can't. Let's see here. 3 documents, 17 pages. Let's see, is it possible? I'll just do this. Sim. Tá? Agora? Tá bom. Alright, y'all. It's time to take a lunch break. We gotta fuel the Lamborghini that is my body. And I will be back. People are, you gotta get shit in writing, man. You gotta get everything in writing. I'll be back.